Hi peeps, it's Tersse back now, Squat Box once again, and I hope that I'm not sounding too different from my normal videos, but my normal teeth, right, that I normally have in, right, I was eating a sandwich and I heard it go snap. They haven't snapped all the way through, but there is a big crack through them, which is lucky that I had a secondary pair. I have a 3-second pair of teeth. Now they don't fit quite as good as my old pair, or my other pair. In fact, the fucking company that made them, if I had to pay for it, I should sue their fucking asses, because these teeth just don't fit. They just don't fit. They feel horrible in my mouth, and I can't chew them. They bite down on one side before the other side touches, and it's like, you know, it's a horrible feeling in your mouth when that happens to your teeth. When some fucktard in a fucking, you know, a lab somewhere who's working with fucking, you know, plastic polymers that he pulls into a mould can't even get the fucking mould right. You know what I mean? I mean, fucking hell, it's been moulded from my mouth, right? But anyway, to Tarzan and his hospital analogy. You pull a hospital, you walk by where there used to be a hospital, you pull that hospital down, you destroy it all, you turn it into a vacant area, you put a fence around it, and you seal it off hermetically, and then you put all the elements of fucking, you know, life in there. And would you expect in a couple of million years for elephants and bears and tigers and chimpanzees and human beings and, you know, and worms and mosquitoes and tarantulas all that? No, you fucking wouldn't. Because, well, if it's an island, it's going to, out of Scotland, it's going to be a terrible fucking rainy place for most of our lifetimes. That's not the starting fucking, you know, place that you know, our ancestors evolved from. We evolved from a very early planet that was probably very hot in places, and certainly filled with all kinds of noxious gases that nobody could breathe, and we don't even know that the chemical compositions of the pools of water that these first RNA, never mind DNA, formed in before they could become DNA. You know, so we have got no idea of how to fucking create that, you know, knockdown hospital sealed off area into the beginnings of Earth. We've got no idea how to, it's not even about evolution. It's not even about putting all the stuff in there, you know, that could possibly make life. We don't know what the very early Earth was like when the very first RNA molecules changed through, you know, just chemical biology into RNA. Never mind changing from RNA into DNA or forming the first cell. We have got no idea what the climate, with the temperature, with the acidity or alkalinity of the moisture that they probably, you know, that sludge first evolved. We've got no idea how to fucking recreate that, because we don't know what it was. So abiogenesis, it's a very, very difficult thing to even, you know, postulate as a premise, but it must have been something like that formed life. But here's a better fucking analogy for you. Knock that hospital down, put a big gigantic ring fence around it and cameras every 10 metres, throw 10 fucking Christians in there, 10 real Christians in there, with one meal and a gun, and whoever gets the gun gets the meal. How long would it take for those Christians to become bad Christians and want to kill each other for that dinner? How long do you think it would take for good Christians to become bad Christians, to become murdering bastards and get that dinner? You know what I mean? That I would love to. Oh, my teeth are falling out again. See, they don't fit. I would love to see that fucking experiment, rather than the experiment of throw throw the chemicals in there for life and see how long it takes for fucking man to evolve. Stupid question. A real serious question is, though, is throw 10 real Christians, real solid Christians, the top 10 Christian sermon, you know, speakers in America. Put them in that pit with one meal and a gun, and let's see who gets that gun first, and let's see what they do with that meal. Do they force the others to share it? we'll have a tenth of that meal each. Or does he shoot a few of them and then share it with his bum partner? I don't know, you know. I would love to see that fucking experiment, and it would teach us a fucking hell of a lot about mankind and religion. A lot more than what people would want to say it would fucking teach us. I don't know how many of them would actually be able to, you know, go with the Christian beliefs and share that meal 10 ways. I think it's fucking 91 that somebody would, or 91 against it, somebody would take that gun, or 91 for, I don't know, somebody would take that gun, shoot the other 9 and eat the meal himself and stretch it out over 10 days, hoping that at the end of 10 days he's going to get another meal and go 10 days. Because you know, it's not promised there's no more food coming. It's just, there you are, there's a gun. How long are you going to survive? 10 years on one meal. I'm not going to tell you if we're ever going to feed you again, but that's what you've got, you know. And would they devolve into eating that meal and then feasting on the you know, the flesh of the others that's shot? You know what I mean? I don't know what would happen. Maybe it's the law of the sea, the old law of the sea. You know, the old law when you get shipwrecked. It was accepted practice that you kill the weakest and net them to survive, to get saved. You know, and a lot of those men that did that were Christians. They, you know, a lot of people that went to sea back in the 16th, 17th, 18th century, they're all Christians. Because you didn't have atheists back then, apparently. Apparently, atheism is a new thing. A new thing developed by the devil, you know. So, those people who ate each other, those cannibals from the 17th and 18th century, they were all Christians, you know what I mean? Supposedly after they ate someone they were bad Christians, but they were probably good Christians before they ate someone. I wonder, you know, doing that test, you know, 10 Christians, 10 good Christians, you know, 10 top Christians from American churches in America, throw them into a pit with a gun and one meal and see what happens. I think that would be a much more interesting test than throwing lots of shit chemicals into an area sealed off and see after 1,000,000 years what happens, because we could definitely guarantee that after 10 days you would know what happened with the Christians. I'm not going to be around in 1,000,000 or 1,000,000,000 years to find out what happened to all those chemicals, so it's a shit fucking test. I don't want to see that. It's so boring. It's as boring as fucking, you know, Big Brother or, you know, America's Got Talent. Not interested, you know what I mean? Not fucking interested, you know what I mean? But throw 10 Christians into a killing den and see what happens. I'm definitely up for that, man. I love that sort of shit, you know. So on, you fucking bad motherfuckers.